Hi guys, I'm trying this StreamYard out. Can you hear me? Hi Michelle, Jean Ann, Picola. Hi Starbuck. Good to see you guys. I wanted to come on a little early to figure out any of the glitches. This is the first time I've been on StreamYard. Shauna. Okay, that's fine. Can you guys hear me? Thanks, Michelle. Awesome. Thanks, Vicki. Yeah, it took a little while to figure it out, but I trudged on. I had to find all the buttons, and I'm not on, I haven't got my YouTube channel up. I don't see why you have to. Is there a reason why others have their YouTube up as well as StreamYard? Hey, Painty Girl. So I figured you see the chat in StreamYard fine for me. Is it because the ones that get invited in, they don't see the chat in StreamYard? Is that it? I don't know. Hi, Judy. So you guys, did you do any homework? Did you do some practicing? I hope so. Because you can't draw well just off the get-go. You got to practice. It's like anything else that you want to get good at. Guess see chat, but can't type into chat. Oh, okay, Picola, thanks. Yeah, I guess you can. I was watching a little video, and they said that till October 20th, you can actually stream on multiple stations. Hi, Janet. Good for you, Janet. You did your homework. Hey, Carol. Yeah, I saw what was there? I think there was, I don't know, 6 people that put it up on Instagram. That was good to see. You guys are doing fantastic. I can't believe how well you did. It was great. Hi, Lena. And I know that the bunnies is a little difficult because of the hair. And I know some people were having a little bit of a problem with the fur. But it all depends on how detailed you want to get. If you're just sketching because you want to sketch, then you don't have to put all the hairs in. It's just a suggestion of hair. You'll see too, there's a lot of artists, especially in gesture drawing, that they'll draw the full figure, but they'll only put the emphasis on, say, the closest body part towards you, say the arm and the face, and the other isn't finished in detail. Because your eye and brain fill in the rest. You don't have to fill everything, all the details in. Your brain will do it for you. No, I didn't tweet out. I was lucky to get on here. Hey, Joan. Good to see you. This is great. Everybody coming in. So I was out of town for the last 3 days, so I didn't have much time to play with the computer and stuff. So it was kind of last minute. So hopefully this works. I don't know if any of you want to come in. Hi, Eileen. If you do want to show your work, you're more than welcome to let me know and I'll give you the code. Hi, Carol. CB. But you don't have to. Some people don't like to show it. They're still not confident enough. That's fine. If you want to private message me, if you need advice, that's fine too. It's whatever you guys want to do. Yeah, Eileen, if you got your sketches ready. No. Tisk, tisk. You're going to have detention. So I was trying to, last night actually, while I was watching Shauna, I was thinking, well, now which part should I talk about? Because there's so many different things involved in drawing. So I thought what I would do is talk a little more about line. If you remember the last time I was on, I was telling you about how the teachers in art school gave us every day a month to go out and draw lines. And that's all they told us. You love detention. You would. You're the hooligan of the class, the troublemaker. But anyways, so they didn't tell us why we had to draw the lines. I guess they just wanted us to figure it out, I guess. But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why line is important. Line with an artist will show emotion and textile, how it would feel. So you're drawing how an object would feel if you drew it. So you're giving that information to whoever's viewing your work. And emotion too. That's why you see there's certain drawings or paintings will strike an emotion in you where others it wouldn't. So it has a more personal feeling towards certain people. And that is really important in drawing, in pretty well all aspects of art, is to put forth that feelings to the viewer. And that's what gives interest. And you want people to be interested in your work visually and emotionally. Jeez. So it can be a little bit, what should I say? It's a different way of thinking, but really, if you let yourself be comfortable and confident in when you're drawing, and you're drawing in when you're feeling a certain mood, sad or lonely or happy, it will come across in your drawing. So, what I'm going to do is with a piece of, I guess I can do it on here. Let's see. Now with a pencil, you can start making marks. And what I want you to do is to continue a line all the way around your page. And I don't mean don't lift your pencil, but your eye has to follow a line. So this could be a line. I guess I better bring you guys down a bit. Let me do this. Zoom in a bit. Come on. Kind of slow. Nope. Doesn't work very fast. The zoom. There. So you can do many lines, but your eye is still following that form of the lines that you made. They could be squiggles. Flowing. Hard knot lines. I should use my other pencil. One that's got a bit more of a, I don't like the way it's coming out. There. You could also do the side. And I want you to do a whole page of different mark making, different weights of holding your pencil down, real hard lines if you want. Soft. And just see what your pencil can do in different thicknesses. So just play. With your line. And it's always good to do this because a lot of people tend to forget that they can use the side of their pencil. They can use hard lines. They can use stars or boxes to represent something. It all has a meaning a feel. Just a minute. Okay. Hi, Gail. Hi, Kenny. So this is always a good way of just practicing the heaviness of your pencil. If you want, go outside, find a log, draw the cracks in the log. Go out and draw cracks in the sidewalk like I had to do. And think about, is it soft? Is this a real hard surface? What are you feeling when you're drawing that? It all matters, because that's what you want to put across to people. You want to give them some kind of feeling towards what you have created. So it's a fun little thing to do. It's kind of like doodling. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Oh, thanks, Piccoli. Then, after you're done that, you can do as many pages as you want, but just experiment, loosen up, feel okay to make whatever line. It doesn't have to be perfect. This class today isn't about being accurate. It's just about getting comfortable with putting down marks and lines. Let's see what else. To give a little idea of what you can do also is find a cup and draw a cup with one of the lines that you liked in your, where to go? One of these lines, pick one of these lines and only do the cup in that type of mark. So if I were to do, say, straight hard lines, then I would do and this isn't about accuracy. This is just about putting down marks to give some kind of a feeling about it. You could do squiggles. What does this look like? How does this feel to me? To me, it looks hard. It looks maybe cold to me. Write down what you think it feels like. You could do one in squiggles. What would a squiggly? It doesn't have to be accurate. This is just a fun, just to get used to making mark. So I would add more marks to where the shadow would be. Yeah, just draw whatever you want to do, just to practice some lines. It's a good lesson to go through, because then it stops you from limiting yourself in drawing just your basic line. And if you get in the habit of just doing one type of line, it gets boring. The person that's looking at it, viewing it, looking through your work, they'll just keep turning the pages because there's nothing really that's coming to them emotionally about this. When you're drawing, try to think of a sad day in your life and keep drawing. See how your work is different from thinking of a happy moment. You'll see a difference in the pressure or the lightness of your stroke. If you've got any books from the masters, look at their sketches. You'll see how different their lines can be. Some of them are very chaotic looking. Some of them are very hard. It's really interesting to go through and take a look at the line work that a lot of the masters used. And this also applies with you when you're doing, say, painting. Some people that are more expressive people that are happy or hyper will show more brush streaks in their paintings, whereas someone that's more calm and relaxed person will have a more smooth and blended painting. It's very interesting to see how people paint or draw. Does this make sense to you guys? And also, let's say, like a cloud. Okay, so if I was to draw a cloud, I see it as see-through, soft, billowy. So I would use the side of my pencil, and I wouldn't draw necessarily a line. I would do more of a shading line. And light strokes. And then usually the clouds have a darker underneath. So I'd do that a little bit darker, because to me that would be the heavier part where the rain would be accumulating. So, you would think that more of a cloud than if you did, this as a cloud. This would be too pointy, too hard. Again, a pillow is another thing. I think we did a pillow, was it last week? So a pillow to me, so we would have so if we did a pillow like this, to me, that's not a very comfortable looking pillow. To me, that's a pretty hard looking pillow. So I would want to do it a little softer. So we would make it lighter, more curved, less hard line. We would show the puffiness. The corners might be a little bit stiffer, so we'll put a little more darkness on them. So that looks a little more comfortable than that does. So are you understanding what I'm trying to get through to? Yeah. What else could we draw? A rock. There's another one. So a rock isn't going to have any, unless it's a stone, then yeah, we would draw a stone, but it would be dark shading. But if we did, say, a broken stone, we would probably want some really angular lines. We would have probably dark shading in it to give it dimension. Maybe some more cracks in it. Okay, so think about what it represents to you. It does make a big difference in how you draw. So you're not just drawing a simple one pressure line. You're using many pressures to get the marks of whatever is needed. You don't have to draw every single crack or every single hair. It's a suggestion of hair. Same with a feather. Like if we did a feather, that's the center line would be, then would be flowy. Let's do a more of a gosling feather, where stuff you put in your down pillows. So it's soft. The only hard part is the center. You can add a few lines in it. But the majority of it's soft. So it gives that softness. See? Colored in more. So it's more definition in the center, thickness. So I'm not drawing every single feather. I'm just drawing the shading of multiple feather parts. It would thin out on the edges a little bit. So I'll leave those a little less shaded. And that gives it more form. Now, if I were to draw this feather wet, that would be a totally different look. Then you would have clumps of the feather. It wouldn't be soft and it'd be all stuck together. So there wouldn't be as much fullness in this in the center, and then less in the on the end. But the end would be more pointy because there would have been less feather. So you can make the ends pointy. So I'm not right now. I'm not trying to get the exact look. I'm concentrating more on what textile effect I can get. And then once you've figured that out, then you can redraw it. These are studies when you do stuff like this. You have to do studies to figure things out that you haven't drawn before. And that way, when you go to do your canvas or drawing or whatever it was you were going to do, then you'll have that study to go by instead of trying to figure it out on your good piece of paper or your canvas. Okay. All right. So I just thought I would try and it does make a big difference. I wonder if I can find some. Let's look in some books to see what we can find. Any of these sketchbook type of drawings are good to look at. It'll also show you how they, well, some of them, how they started. See, there's some lines here that this head was over here when they were initially drawing it. So again, that's what I taught you, is the draw the shapes first, and that's what they were doing. And then you put down your defined lines that you want. And then you'll, when they finally figure out where you want your position of your head or tail or whatever, then you can put your defined lines down. So it's really interesting to go through. See how this the line weight is different in here. So it gives you a feeling of, well, this looks soft here, prickly little hairs on the face. This is kind of smudged looking, so it gives it a smooth look instead of this one doesn't look as smooth. Look at this one. The paper's smooth. His clothes would be soft. This is more brushwork. but it's very angular. So that, to me, shows anger to me. Shows not a good feeling. It gives you an emotion when looking at this. And look, you know, you can look at their line widths too. Look at how this one's cool. You can see all the light drawing that he did through this to get the shape. It's really interesting. I love going through these and seeing, this is very angular because it'd be robotic, so it wouldn't have smooth lines. Light lines and then dark lines, so real deep splits in the wood would be a lot harder and darker. So that you got to really think about some of these things. Okay, this kind of looks furry, so more soft, but then he has really angry teeth looking. It's really cool. So it is important to go through these and take a look. Soft skin. Here's another one. Very soft, but his whiskers are done very dark. He didn't do those soft. They did them squiggly and kind of not really curved, more angular. So it gives you the impression of really coarse. They're so neat, Janet. I can't help it. I love these books. Gives you inspiration too. Let's see. It's another book. This one's cool too. This is comic book, but again, you get to see their work done in it, and see the very, very dominant line for his ears, but soft around his face. Gives you different feeling. The hair's done different. So different heaviness of line and line width. It plays a big part in when you're drawing. That one's cool if you like comic books. Drawing a figure. Clothing is another one. So you have real dark lines where the shadows would be more pronounced. Oh, there's a good one. Soft coat. This looks like it would be a really soft coat. So see the very soft lines? There's no really heavy looking lines in that. This is a neat, very angular looking, more of a masculine feel to it. Here, this is a good book if you like doing clothing on people or drapes or whatever. See, this gives you a nice indication of a cloth over a box. There's no real dark points to it. Folds. Yeah, you'd like this book. It's a good one. Here you go. Good reference book. This is a neat book too. I like this book. This is his sketchbook of creatures. It's neat. If you like the fantasy type of thing, I like fairies and stuff like that. All right. Now, there's also, when you get into drawing, we'll probably get into the shading aspect in a totally different video. So what I want you guys to do is experiment with line. I want you to draw a couple pages of just different line marks. You can, if you want, you can do all over the page, or you can draw a bunch of lines and draw whatever down the line. Just make marks. Oh, that my white, that kind of flashed out. Here we go. I got that book quite a while ago. I don't think I would never have paid that much money, but there should be able to find second ones of the clothing. It is a good book. I really do like that book. So, what else should I do? I'll show you some of these. This is an old composition book that I just put the pages, glued 2 or 3 pages, I think it was 2 pages together. And then what I did is I glued a bunch of ephemera pieces from magazines, or I stamped on tissue paper and put it on top of the paper and gessoed it. Then what I did is I wanted to try and just use ink, a pen, and I believe it was Golden Shading Gray. You guys probably remember that, Eileen. Kathy, do we need anything more than pencil? No, just that, Jilly, just that. I don't remember, Janet. That was many, many moons ago. But it was probably very similar. It's a good way to loosen up and to get your brain thinking about different lines. And that's what makes an artist more interesting in their work, is when they use different line in the same drawing. Oh, that's fine, Gail. No problem. It's recorded. Thanks for coming. And I loved your bunny. That was excellent. I need to erase it. So, and now, I guess before I do this, was there anyone that wanted to come on, had some problems with the bunny or cup? If you don't, that's fine. I just came on in case somebody did. And if you don't want to come on, you can always message me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I'm on all three, all under Kathy Arbor. And I'll help you. You want to come on? Okay, let me put the link in. Did you get it? Now, I've never done this. Let me do it again. Paste. There we go. Okay, so you can come on. I don't know. Do I see something? Is there something that comes on, or I don't know how this works. Do I see something under my screen when somebody comes on? Ah, there she is. Yay! So I just press her name. Add to stream. There we are. I don't see you yet, though.
Do
Do you have your camera on?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, my camera might not be on. Choose what you'd like to share. I've been having trouble with my camera.
Oh, have you?
Oh, stink. I think my nephew disconnected it because I was having trouble with my webcam.
Oh.
Oh, Phil. Oh well, I don't know how to reconnect it.
Is it a webcam or is it your computer camera?
My computer camera. And it won't let me open settings. I don't want to hold everybody up either.
Well, if you want, what you can do is figure it out, and then
I can look.
you can message me on Instagram, and then I can make a time where we come back on. Did you allow them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I'm so clueless with this stuff too, so it doesn't help.
You're like me.
I did. Yes.
Sometimes I don't know about your computer camera. I know when I was using my webcam, though, you couldn't be on anything else that had webcam. Well, if you want to and you figured it out, then just message me on Instagram, and then I can come back on and we can do a private session if you want. That's no problem. All right. Did I lose her completely? All right. So, yeah, these were just the black and white, the gray, shading gray by Golden, and it's a fluid. And you just use your paintbrush and some water to get the various shading. And then I just use some pen. So they're not fantastic, but it was a fun exercise. So you kind of push yourself to do a little bit something different. So I just got these images off the internet, somewhere on Google, somewhere Pinterest, and I just tried to copy them. So left the white and just did the shadows and the medium, and it just added just a tinge of color. I kind of like this idea. It's fun. This was funny. I was thinking of Colleen when I saw this. This is, I think I did this, yeah, October 26th. So this is actually gauze right here that I just put on and painted black. It was kind of like a mummy. Or my story was a guy that somebody was trying to make into a mummy and he woke up. So you can, and then yeah, like it's just paint and a little bit of pen work. So it's fun. We can get into faces another time if that's what you guys would like to do. What I'm going to do, as I promised Eileen, that I would play with some tissue, bleeding tissue, and try, what was it? Alcohol? I think it was alcohol on bleeding tissue to see what it would do. Am I still here with you? I don't see the chat moving at all. And I'm not on YouTube. Uh, you guys gone? Should I end the stream? I'm going to end it. Well, that helps if I scroll down. Okay, end broadcast.